Okay, so this is the Speedy Editor. You can pick a tone here, insightful, professional, friendly, and you can just leave it as default as insightful. These two are optional. All you need to do is click on Generate Blog, and you'll have a blog that is getting created for you section by section. There are things happening here like like Speedy is analyzing the top Google results on this particular topic, and I'll show you in a bit why it's doing that. Before that, let's take a look at additional info and reference links. So these two are boxes where you can put in some additional context for the blog. So with additional info, what you can do is you can add some more ideas that you have for your blog that you might have discussed with your teammates or are lying around in a Google Doc. Just copy paste them in here. And what Speedy will do is it will use those ideas to write your blog. Reference links is slightly more interesting. Is if you came across a research article or a really well-written blog on the same topic, what you can do is you can simply link that blog URL, just copy the URL to that blog in here or a research article or any other references that you would like the information to be pulled in. And what Speedy will do is it will look at those reference links and look at any relevant data that could be useful for writing this blog and use that in our blog. All right. So right now, there are a bunch of SEO optimizations that are happening in this blog. One of them is that we spoke about first. It's analyzing top Google results to write our blog. Here's the thing, guys. Even if your blog is written by the best writers in the world, it might still have a hard time ranking on Google if it is very different from the top 10 results that already exist on Google. And the reason is simple. If Google already has some results that are helping its audience and it sees that a new blog comes in that is talking about very different things than the top 10 results, it will have trust issues in the sense that why should it include your blog with the top 10 results? So your blog has to go through an organic fan following to make its way to the top 10. So what a lot of SEO experts do is they look at the top 10 results on Google, look at the ideas that are discussed in those top 10 results, and sprinkle some of those ideas in their own blog. That way, you have some similarity with the top 10 results, and you have a much easier path to page number one. So that's exactly what Speedy is doing. It is automating that task that the SEO expert will do for you. Second thing is keyword stuffing is avoided. Oftentimes, when you go and write a blog with ChatGPT, the problem is ChatGPT just writes a generic piece of content. It has no idea on what SEO keywords to put in your blog. And even if you ask it, ChatGPT, can you give me some SEO keywords? It will give you grammatically relevant keywords or keywords that make sense with the blog, but those keywords are not backed by any data like keyword difficulty or volume. So those keywords are practically useless. So a lot of time what happens is people do their keyword research from another place, bring those keywords back in and ask ChatGPT, can you please include these keywords in my blog? The problem is ChatGPT often puts in those keywords just because you asked it to, and it ends up putting them together in places where they don't even belong. And that's what causes keyword stuffing. Keyword stuffing is essentially just putting together a bunch of keywords, just trying to hack the SEO ranking on Google, and Google doesn't like that. Google can identify that and it actively downranks articles with keyword stuffing. With Speedy, you don't have to worry about that. Every single blog is engineered in such a way that keyword stuffing is avoided. Now, let's take a look at our article that is created here, section by section. It's talking about perfect outdoor living space, 8 must-haves. For the first section here, it automatically fetched in an AI generated image for you. But you can get rid of this or you can change it to another one. But let's talk about what you can do with this editor. This editor is very much like Google Docs. You can just go in here and just start typing away and just keep editing stuff to your heart's content. But here's what's interesting. You also have automatically interlinked products in your blog. For example, if I click on this here, Antigua return two seats. So it automatically linked to the O Seasons product page for the two-seat T for two set in gray. That way, Speedy will automatically bring in any products that are supposed to be put in the blog that are relevant in the blog. And as you all know, Google loves a well interlinked website. So if Speedy is linking all of these existing links on your website in the blog, it's good for your SEO. Let's see some other stuff that we can do in this editor. So besides it being very similar to Google Docs in terms of editing, you can use any of these. What you can also do is you can add images. So let's add some images here. So there are three ways that you can add your image here. One is you can upload your own image if you have an infographic, uh, which is new information. It is created by yourself. That's the best thing to do because Google rewards adding new information to the search engine. So that will be good for your SEO if you are providing original images to the internet. But if you don't have any, you can also create using AI. That's the second best thing you do. So let's see what the topic is. So outdoor living space, right? So let's create an image for outdoor living space here and click on the generate button. This will take like 10 to 20 seconds to generate an image for you. As you will notice, alt text is automatically added to all the images as well. So by default, the alt text will be the prompt that you're given. I'll just show you in a second what that means. So this is an AI generated image. This looks pretty fresh to me. Oh, there's a dog as well. So I'll just use this image here, and the alt text is automatically added. And you can edit this alt text out. So alt text is one of the ways you can help people read out the blog who are visually impaired, because that also gives them a hint on what the image is about. And because it's so helpful to Google's audience, Google loves it when you add alt text to your image. And Speedy does that for you automatically. Another thing that you can do with Speedy is here that you can rewrite a single section as well. For example, entire blog is amazing. What you need to do is just make some edits to this particular section. You can click on rewrite section, add some instructions. For example, you want this in a bullet format, or you want it in a tabular format, or you want to just summarize this particular section in 5 points, or just add new information. Put all of that in here, click on regenerate section, and Speedy will do a rewrite for that particular section alone. All right, so that was about the editor. We have now personalized content, which automatically interlinks all of his stuff as well. So here's uh, another link that is automatically linked in the blog. All right, so that was about how you can add more context to the blog using additional info and reference links, and how you can edit the blog here, and you can add images and everything. Oh, by the way, you also have access to millions of stock images as well, which are fully licensed. So you don't have to worry about getting sued. So you can just go on in here and search for an image, outdoor living space. So this is a stock image. The reason I would say don't use stock images is because they don't add new information to Google, and that's why it won't harm your SEO, but it will also not boost your SEO. So if you're running out of your own images, or you're just um, having a hard time generating an AI image, you can use these stock images, but in general, try to use your own images or AI generated images. So let's talk about how we can publish this blog. So if you're a Shopify website, WordPress.com, Webflow, or WordPress.org, you can simply connect your website here. And once you do that and hit on publish, your blog will be live in seconds on your website. You also have a URL that is created for you. Here's why it's important. The thing is, most CMS or blog software, when they create a blog for you, the URL that is created, it's often a random number. The problem with random number is Google doesn't like it because it wants to have information about what the blog is about before crawling that blog. And even if your blog is ranking on Google, people find URLs with random number as spammy, so they don't click on it enough. And if you don't have enough clicks on your blog over a long period of time, Google thinks it's not helpful, so it will eventually downrank your article. So that's why Speedy creates a descriptive URL for you already that you can use right off the bat. Same story goes for meta description as well. If it's not present, then people don't click on it enough. Google downranks it, so that's also created for you. And here is an X-ray vision into all the secondary keywords that are already a part of your blog. You can see the difficulty, volume, intent, and everything. This is mostly for the sake of transparency and for SEO nerds like me. But if you like any of these keywords, what you can simply do is you can just go back here to the dashboard, click this little button here, and you can create topics from all of the keywords that you liked. Basically, you can add a bunch of keywords, up to 1,000 keywords at a time. You can create a new category. By default, it's custom, but you can just add a new category, say like outdoor spaces, space furniture for that matter. Um, so you can add all the keywords that you want to write on related to outdoor space furniture, and you'll have a new tab that will appear here with topics focusing just on those keywords. So that's something you can do as well. In the meantime, let's go back to the blog that we were creating. So we can go back to activity, and this is the blog. All right, so our blog is done. By the way, if you do not have any of the integrations from Shopify, WordPress, Webflow, you don't have to copy paste this section by section to your CMS. You can simply click on this export button. You can export the entire blog as HTML, Word, or CSV. You can copy the content as well. This copy content will copy all the images and everything, the alt text and the HTML tags. The copy text will just copy the text, and you can just put it in your blog page there. Besides the blog, you can also create the social media post as well. You can simply click on generate post here, and there will be a Facebook post that will be generated. Similar to the blog, you can also link all your social media pages to Speedy as well. So you can connect your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and once you have the post created, simply hit on publish, and your posts will be live on your social media platforms. So you can control all of your social media from within the Speedy dashboard. Okay, so we have a Facebook post here. What we can do is we can also add an image here. So let's add another image using AI. So outer space furniture. Let's create another one. Okay, so we have a beautiful image here. Let's just use this image. Uh, if you're a product-facing company, you mostly want to use your own product images, but you get the idea. Once you have this image, you can click on this I button here, which is a preview button, and this is how your Facebook post will look. Simply click on publish, and you're done.